I didn't thought I would have to say it, but like solo leveling dungeons on a 1 month old private server is almost better than leveling in Manastorm and Ascension. What? Anyway, let's continue our leveling journey where we left off. Right now I'm just running through some dungeons. We are level 27, got the final rank of Killing Machine, and Frost Scythe have been so strong for dungeons. Right now I have the rune that makes it heals for 5% of the damage, and whenever we crit with it, it deals so much damage with the 4 times damage. Right now I'm not sure where to spend my talents. I want to pick Death Chill so I can pick up Remorseless Winter, but that is still in 5 levels. Besides that, I also don't want to invest in attack speed. Doesn't seem to do that much for this playstyle I have right now. So I think I just want to leave this 1 point and be able to take Rime later on. It says it requires 5 points in Icy Talents. That is kind of a shame. And finishing up this graveyard run. Doing the dungeons is so fast and it gives the same amount of experience as a whole quest and some very nice loot. We got into Razorfin Crowl. If we are very lucky, the helm drops from the 3rd boss. Let's see if we get the helm. And it drops. Oh, can't use it yet, but this is going to be a huge upgrade for whenever we hit 32. Dinging here from one of these mobs. Right now we will be hitting 30 and we have 0 talent points, so let's see if we get 2. We do get 2. Okay, so confirmed that we get 2 talent points, and that is very nice. So 1 more talent point and we can start to pick Rime and Remorseless Winter, some very strong AoE spells. Ran the dungeon again, and I assumed this boss could only drop the helm, but apparently it can also drop this 200 axe. That is gonna be there's gonna be a lot of upgrades at 32. And also, oh, you can see here all these mobs, just getting the Plague out, Pestilence, Howling Blast, and then just Frost Scythe and critting everything for, yeah, a lot of damage. A lot of range mob in here, so a bit awkward, but yeah. We're getting a lot of Killing Machine procs now, after got 5 stacks of in the talent. So see again, 500, and it doesn't seem to be AoE capped. So it's going quite fast with the dungeons now. Besides giving great experience, a lot of the dungeon bosses gives items that sells for almost 1 gold. So it seems to, yeah, it's a very good gold farm to just run the dungeons and sell all the boss drops. Most of them sells for 1 gold. Got a quest from one of the dungeons, took the Zeppelin and ran all the way to Undercity. Not sure it was worth it. It seems to be that I can get like 10,000 experience in very short time in the dungeons, but this was a very good time to just auto run and edit some videos and just get a big bunch of experience. Yeah, almost ding from that. Cool. We hit 31. That means we got 1 more talent point to pick between Remorseless Winter and Glacial Advance. Right now I'm very close to just picking Glacial Advance, because when we're spamming Frost Scythe in dungeons, we really don't want to be single target spamming for Frost Strike. So I think Glacial Advance would be the play, but I really just want to see how Remorseless Winter looks. So let's check the damage for Remorseless Winter. Whoa, that was a crazy animation. Dealing some frost damage. Not the most impressive, but didn't expect that much. That animation looked crazy. Let me just see that again. Definitely something odd with the visual of Remorseless Winter. That's a kinda too big animation for my taste, but it looks damn cool. So after talking with some guildies from Ascension, and apparently in the introduction video from Valanior, they are mentioning that apparently you can just right click on a rune and enable Lucky Rune. So the Lucky Rune will increase your chance to gain this rune, and I believe you would need to have the first rune in order to get more. So now we should have increased chance to get the Pillar for Frost one, and okay, so apparently you are able to enable Lucky Rune for any rune that you don't have, but for some reason you have to do it on the base rune and not the like upgrade rune. It seems a bit odd, because to me it would not matter which one is, if just the base type of the rune is the one you do the Lucky Rune with. Enabled Lucky Rune for 3 runes. These are all some that enables the killing machine spec, so can't wait to try these. We just picked up the talent Glacial Advance, but it seems a little wonky from what I could okay, so now using it, but it seems like it doesn't hit the front one, it goes like out from the right, and sometimes it seems to be like hitting multiple times. It seems to have very good AoE, and if it like shotguns and hit multiple times, it's very strong, but it feels a bit odd right now. So there I think we hit that mob like multiple times, so I mean very strong, but also not sure if it's intended. Just killed a rare, got an insane weapon. I mean, small upgrade, but can only use it in 4 levels, so, but yeah, can't wait for that. Just hit 35 and we got Chill Streak. If you're not aware, it's like a frost orb that bounces between enemies. This have not seen much play in retail. There was a tier set for it, but it was kinda iffy because how it worked. So let's see how it is. It just bounced 9 times. I mean, ticking for 700, but I don't know. It's a good like nice extra damage and the cooldown, and if there's ever gonna be runes and stuff for it, it's probably nice. Right now, probably not gonna use it that much. We got to 37 and a bit above, but we can now equip. I didn't pay attention and was yeah, just putting my mind off leveling, and we can now equip some pretty big items. Very nice upgrades. And we just hit level 40. I now has the possibility of going into dual wielding, but I am pretty happy with just finding a two-handed weapon, get the upgrade, and call it done. But the other talent that increase frost strike damage, but also give a chance to give runes, this seems super strong. So next time I will just gain a rune each time I frost strike. It's whenever I get my runes from the rune tab and such, it's gonna be basically just spamming Obliviator and Froststrike, it seems, with all the runes you get and with the runic power generation from different kinds. So can't wait to just like really get my dream Death Knight. I feel like I can be super strong with all these things. I really can't wait. Taking a little break from the dungeons and gonna test out the lucky runes. So it doesn't seem like I have any of these runes that I want, and now every 20 generation of a card should net me lucky rune, so gonna see if I get any. There we go, we got the ice cap one. I am really a fan of how this progression works so far, and when I got introduced to the lucky rune system, this is so I am I am so hyped about this. This is a very good system. Oh, and we got the Cultiro's favor. Besides, like guaranteeing. Wait, hold up. So this is not. Okay, I didn't expect that. So this rune is not increasing how much runic power it gives. So just having this baseline gives 10 runic power. That is ridiculous, and not sure if this is an oversight, but kind of crazy. So I think I'm gonna replace this as a lucky rune and try gain something else, and we'll just have the baseline of 10 runic power from every obliviate now. I think the play now is to just try to target farm for obliteration, and don't think I need it to be higher than just a common rune, and then okay, so I'm actually gonna disable ice cap, trying to hunt for obliteration, and whenever I get this, I'm just gonna target farm ice cap runes because I really want this at a high level so it will reduce the cooldown more. So gonna try that. Oh, I just saw this message in the system, so they already thought of this. You cannot just target farm one rune. You have to choose between some different runes. Sadly, oh well, they caught me. So I just enabled 2 other runes that I didn't have, the one that extends the diseases and one that gives me more runes whenever I obliviate. At the rune vendor again and gonna see if I can, well yeah, get lucky. Got one of the runes I also wanted that give me increased strength whenever I spend runes. Oh, and we got the Frigid Executioner. That's the one that I put unlucky. Oh, they even said new lucky rune. That is so nice. That actually tells me that this was a actually lucky rune. So gonna disable it and try put on a new one. Nice, got the Obliteration and we got the Mighty Obliviate even. So now I don't want to farm this more because I don't need it with the ranks up. I just want the base effect. So removing this and gonna try to farm for some of the ones I want with the proc chance. I think I'm just gonna have ice cap on from now on, just always to just increase the sheer amount of ice caps I get. Oh, and we got one of the new lucky runes, Unleashed Frenzy, nice. So once again, not that strong, so gonna put on something else. I think I'm just gonna try target farm for more of the Pillars of Frost shenanigans for the, Killing Machine spec. So now we can upgrade runes, and I just talked with some guildies, and Cosmic Essence you also use to upgrade gear, so you should be kinda sparing with it. So gonna upgrade some I have it on. So removing it and upgrading it. And we can upgrade the Eternal Winter so that Pillars of Frost get extended more with auto attacks crit. Not that useful yet. I don't know how much we're gonna crit, especially with a two-hander, but whenever we get dual wielding, it's gonna be a very good one to have. Oh, was putting on some runes and didn't see this. So whenever we deal direct damage, we will increase our movement speed by 2%, stacking 5 times. Seems very good. I think we can take on this, like putting on 20% movement speed, but we lose some melee crit. But right now we don't really benefit from melee crit because Killing Machine is just from hitting and gives us a guaranteed crit, so seems very strong for the movement speed. More dungeons ran, and we are now 46. I've picked up some nice talents. Got the last talent point for more Pillars of Frost, and started to head down to Rune Mastery, so my Frost Strike will always just give 2 runes. Dungeons are still pretty easy. Yeah, not much to it, just spamming abilities, doing very big pulls. Yeah, I was afraid that it was gonna take a while to get to 60, but now nearing it, it's quite fast, just able to spam easy scale dungeons. Got queued into Temple of Hakar. This is the first time I'm doing the part where there's no dragons. I have literally never seen this place before in my life. So right now I'm running around and clicking on some shrines. I have never done this before. It took me 5 minutes to figure out how it worked, so had to look up a guide to figure out the order. And the last shrine, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Oh wait, was this the right one? Oh, I messed up. Oh, is it fine clicking the same one? Oh, I think it is. Oh, thank God. Okay, here it should be the last one. Oh, and a big troll, and that was there before maybe. Alright, first time killing this boss. Let's disease him up. Pillar, and then just Frost Strike, and oh shit. Oh, we're fine. So probably should go under the roof. Is this gonna lag us up more? Nah, that's gonna be a problem. Cool, onto the next part of the temple. Another thing someone told me is that some runes can have more than once enabled, so take the adventure, 5% increased experience. Well, you can apparently stack 3 of these to 15% increased experience, so definitely gonna try that. And we just hit 50, nice. So my plan was to get to Rune Mastery, but it's kinda awkward because these 2 talents are bullshit. Got upgraded my Experience rune. This seems so strong that you can upgrade it once, get 4% more experience, so 12% more with such a strong rune like this and getting up to 25 times 3, I get why, like at the start, that is 1 times experience and more time to see and explore the game, and then you can speed level alts. I think maybe some balance tweaks, but all in all, a very good way to do it. Also, after hitting 50, it seems like we got some new spells, but it doesn't pop up, so that's still a bit weird, like Strangulate, got Path of Frost, nothing in Soul Weaver, it's only the things you learn in there, and then Anti-Magic Zone, Raise Dead, Soul Reaver, And apparently also Rave Walk, so which is very nice. No visual on it, so you just, but very nice mobility, I guess. So I tried putting on the Aura of Decay, and I believe I didn't read it correctly. So from my understanding, Hour of Decay would mean that I would cast Death and Decay, and then for the 6 or 8 seconds it would become Aura, but apparently it's permanent. Let's jump into a dungeon and check if we just do damage. So let's see if we should start to damage now. It's the Hour of Decay. We are just ticking for damage? What? So this is just permanent Death and Decay. So I had some friends, guildies, telling me that Death and Decay was the way to go, but I was like, alright, there was some talents with reducing Death and Decay's cooldown, and so this rune that you obliviate and stuff reduce the cooldown of Death and Decay, I thought that would be the build and not a permanently aura. That is batshit broken. The balance with this, I mean, Decay seems crazy insane now. I guess that stuff like this, 20% more damage often with Death and Decay, and just scale Death and Decay damage, but this is just an AoE thing and for dungeon thing, I will guess, and then I can still try out my Pillars of Frost shenanigans for single target, but for AoE, Death and Decay are definitely the way to go now. We hit 52, still just running around dungeons, killing random stuff, grinding mobs. So got an upgrade, 28 strength, but whenever I take on a pair of legs with 14 strength, 12 attack power, my attack power goes up by a lot, and it seems like my strength doesn't increase attack power as much as good or something, I don't know. So it's a bit odd. So I right now have a Pillar of Frost lasting 40 seconds. I equipped my Eternal Pillar. My auto attack could increase the duration of Pillar of Frost, but it seems like it's just triggering from Frost Scythe and counting that as a auto attack for some reason. Also seems to be increasing it from Obliviate. I mean, it's very strong that it works that way, and it will just make killing machine spec a lot easier, but it seems like a bug that it extended from everything, but hey. And we hit 55. Just got enough to pick my first talent for the Frost Strike. Very big talent, and that means that we will have 5-6 sparse talent points, so a lot of talent points after. So now I'm just running around killing and grinding still in dungeons, but it seems like in the big room in Blackrock that you can just kill the mob that respawns and they give experience. This is, I would guess, basically an exploit, but I mean, it seems very easy to level, so I don't know. The ones that respawns have like 4 times the amount of HP, so I don't know if that was how it was back in Classic, but it could also just be to prevent people farming it too much and too easy. Nothing to see here, just doing giant pulls, healing with Frost Scythe, and having a 6 minutes duration Pillars of Frost. So each time we Frost Strike, we get Killing Machine, and we're just spamming 100% crit Frost Scythe. So yeah. Missing 3 bars before 60. Been interesting, like dungeon grind, but got through it. Not the most interesting, but the increased experience and just having, you just have a lot of damage to, yeah, just dungeon grind. I assume other classes have ways as well. Probably the last pack before 60. And I'll go over my leveling talent. If you're copying and playing Decay as well and want to borrow the talents I'm gonna talk about, nice, there we go. So noticeable talents, I don't feel like Icy talents and the Rhyme were as important. I probably casted some Howling Blast, but I don't know how many times I casted off Rhyme. Have no way to like look at it besides my buffs, or it doesn't like highlight. One talent I wish I just picked earlier is the generate runic power from Frost Fever, because I was spamming a lot of Glacial Advance. The hitbox is a bit wonky, but the damage is pretty good when it's actually there. For Remorseless Winter, It's mostly for stun and CC for casters, and then Chill Streak didn't seem that worth, like for so long cooldown, just getting that small amount of damage not worth. My damage were mostly from Frost Scythe and having the Obliteration Rune, just spamming Frost Strike into Frost Scythe. The routine worked because of this talent, so every time I Frost Strike, I just got a rune. With Frost Strike, with Frost Scythe, sorry, so you can just spam these two whenever Pillar of Frost is up. And this talent was not really worth it. This is probably more single target damage, and I'm not even sure you need all the talent points in it. But I'll be testing that whenever I get to look at some single target setups. So we hit 60, some closing thoughts. I have no idea how long it took because there's no slash played. It didn't feel that slow like I was scared of with the 1 or 1.5 times experience, because dungeon grind together with the 3 times rune that increase your experience with, and if you go for lucky rune, it will be like almost 30%. It goes quite fast, and I assume every class have some AoE pools. If you want to know what build I've done in 60, you can see it on the screen here, and I will post in the description. I will go more in depth in the next video, and in general, like, try to improve it in the future. For my experience, like solo leveling, it's still like a bit weird compared to, normally you're playing with other people in World of Warcraft, but if you like compare to Ascension right now, I mean, often in Ascension you either sometimes slap on an aura or level with maybe one other person, or you just go into Manastorm and you're leveling solo anyway. So, and with the population there on the server right now, like right now it's 30 people online. More during the daytime, it's like 50 people. So, like, finding a dungeon group will be like insanely hard anyway. So I'm comparing to Manastorm, and I have to say, with the content I've done so far, this is actually better scale than Manastorm when you're doing like either solo or 2 persons. It's more chill. I mean, could be more difficulty, I guess, but you'd also have to balance the specs around it. So I'm a big fan actually, and I think it has a lot of potential. And yeah, I've enjoyed it. I can't wait to the 60 content, so stay for that. And yeah, that's it for me. See you in the next one.